Welcome students to the section dealing with leaf modifications. It is part 1 and it's an overview. Here we will be looking at the reason for leaf modifications and the kind of modifications we see in the plant kingdom before we go into the details. Of course, leaf actually is in a manner the most important part of the plant, in the sense that leaves are the sites of photosynthesis and the process in which they derive the energy required for the metabolic functions, which in turn actually drives the entire living beings on earth. Of course there are certain exceptions which we see in places like ocean floor, but most of the life on earth depends on solar energy, and leaves are the primary organs by which this solar energy is trapped. So I hope this diagram is more than enough for our job. Before we go into the modification, we can just have a look at the basic parts of a leaf. The upper pointed portion is of course the tip. You have the base, that's the lower portion. You have the veins, that's connecting vessels, and this flat portion which is the place where you see the chloroplast, that is the organism which contains the chlorophyll, and that fat portion is the leaf blade, or you call it the lamina. And of course in most cases there will be a stalk which connects the leaf to the stem. This stalk is called the petiole. And again, in most of the plants there will be a bud which we see at the junction between the petiole and the stem. We call it the axillary bud. So these are the parts of a typical plant leaf, and just now let's have a look at the reasons for leaf modifications. Just an overview. Now take the case of a plant which lives in a fast running water stream, and in most cases you'll be seeing leaves which are quite wavy, that's ribbon like. So the arrows represent the flow of water, and you can see that here the modification is meant to reduce the pressure or the force which is exerted on the plant body by the running water. Similarly, in the case where we have trees which are living in plants living in very windy areas, you may see leaves which are quite small, or something which is maybe shaped like spines or something like that. Once again, this kind of modification is naturally meant to again reduce the wind pressure on the branches, because if we have broad leaves, there's a chance that the branch may not withstand the pressure being applied, and it may break. Now in certain in a lot of rainfalls and the ground level, you can see plants whose leaves are very broad, and here the interesting thing is that because of the dense tree canopy, a lot of water which rainwater which drops down, or which comes down, is not of considerable amount, and so this broad layer is meant to collect the maximum amount of water coming down, and in a manner to channelize it to the root portion. So all these three cases, we can easily see that the modifications have been come about to meet the challenges which is due to a particular location in which the plants are located. So this enables us, or this brings us to a very important point which we see in the entire life science. It's not feeds, it's form meets function. So this particular aspect, this key point, that is form mates function, is something which we see not only in the case of life modification. It's present in the entire range of living organisms, be it in the case of bacteria or viruses, up to of course up to human beings. So, and also in the complete range, from in the case of molecular systems, physiological pathways. So both at the macro and micro level, we see this key aspect being applied, that is form meets function. So, in the next section, that is part 2, we'll be looking at what are the basic kind of life modifications seen in the plant kingdom. We'll be looking at a basic classification. Thank you.